What's up, e-bikers? This is the Troxus Explorer, a 26x4 fat tire step-through with rugged good looks, and we'll check it out next on the channel. All right, so here's the Troxus Explorer, $22.99 on TroxusMobility.com. But if you use the code CHRISCROSSED, you can save 8% off the cost of this e-bike. And if you're new to the channel, definitely hit that like and subscribe button there. The more subscribers I get, the more e-bikes I get, and the more reviews I can do for you. So be sure to hit that button and stay tuned for more videos in the future. So, all right, let's get through this bike and give you the specs, and then we'll take it out on the road for a little test drive. I love this bike, guys. It's got rugged good looks. It's fast. It's probably my second fastest bike now, next to the Kepler. And it's done a really nice job so far. I've been riding it these last few days. We have 26x4 Kenda tires on here. These are the nice knobby treads there. Love that. We got a front suspension up front. We have a 750 watt rear hub motor back here. This is a BAFANG. Nice rear hub motor. Very powerful. 80 newton meters of torque on that thing. So it gets up and go. We have got a 48 volt, 20 amp hour battery here in the down tube. So huge battery. This claim range is about 30 to 62 miles. And I would say it's pretty realistic based on my past experiences with these 48 volt, 20 amp hour batteries. I had them on the Hemingway and I think one or two others. So pretty good range there as well. Comes with a 3 amp fast charger, so you can charge this thing up pretty fast. These usually take about a good 6 to 7 hours, so probably I'd say around 6 with this 3 amp charger. 28 miles an hour top speed. We'll put that to the test, of course. Tektro hydraulic disc brakes. Gotta love those. 180 millimeter rotors down here, so great stopping power. Bike's made of aluminum alloy, 6061. Fit wise, it's best fit for on the taller side, so 5'8" to 6'5", they say. I'm 6 foot. I fit pretty well in this e-bike, and no issues so far. They say the bike's weight is 91 pounds. I'm not sure I believe that. I think it's a little bit lighter. I think it's around 80. I'll try and double check for you with the company, but it's on the heavier side as well. Payload is about 275 pounds, they say. That sounds low too. I would think a 300-pound rider can easily ride this e-bike and no problems there. We have a Shimano 8-speed paddle shifter up front on the cockpit there. We've got a upgraded Serra derailleur there. It's a nice beefy chain too. This chain is really beefy. The front chain ring is probably only a 42, looks like, somewhere around there. It's not too big, but it is double-sided, which I like to see. Got that going. We've got these rear integrated brake lights on both sides of the frame. And those light up and brake when you hit the brake button. Got a nice rack back here. It's not too big, not too small. Easily fit on it. Metal fenders. So I think they're aluminum. They don't rattle too much. I love the overall look of the bike. I mean, it's got a nice, even though it's a step-through, it's got a nice kind of rugged look to it, I think. And that's why I really appreciate it. I'll give you a little walk around here. Saddle's nice. No issues so far. It's kind of flat. You're seeing a lot of these styles now, just kind of more flattish, smoother type of saddles coming on these bikes. Here's the front fork. Not a whole lot of travel there, and I'll get to that on the road. Kind of one of my dislikes, actually. Cable management is okay. You've got a small front headlight up here. I like how it's placed, though. It's placed on top of the handlebar versus down here. That's a nice look there. I like that. It's not a very wide beam though. I'll show you a little clip at night or in the evening that I took, so you can check it out and also see the lights at that point on the back. This is a very good looking e-bike from Troxus Mobility. They make another 26x4. I think it's called the, I forget what it's called, but they also have a couple of 20x4s, the Skyhopper and the Lynx, so check them out. This e-bike comes in black or red, so I like the black here. This has got this, Batman, Dark Knights type of look to it. So it's kind of blacked out, and I almost want to take that, put some wrap on there, just black it out completely over the logo, give it a nice tough look there. But I like it so far. It's done really well on the road. It's got good power, and very good, easy to get on and off here with that step-through frame. So very nice. Just step right over it here, and off you go. All right, here's a look at the cockpit. We've got these nice locking grips here, not ergonomic, but they are locking. We have a thumb throttle on the left, control panel, display, paddle shifter, and another grip here. So let's turn the bike on. One of my complaints so far is just this control panel. There's one, two, three, four. There's 5 buttons on it, and they're all kind of small. If you have gloves on, it's a little hard to press the power, the info, and the light button here at times, but it's just a small thing, not too bad. Here's the display. You got it in kind of landscape mode versus the portrait kind you typically see. I've seen this before, I think on the Bellatrix. Nice. It's the best thing about this display. It's easy to read in any kind of light conditions. And my worst thing about it is it only shows you battery bars. There's no percentages or voltage on that thing. I'll scroll up through the PS levels here. And then the info button. You got your, your odometer and the typical stuff you see in the display. So not much to write home about. I do like the overall display in terms of the readability of it. That's the best thing about this thing. The shocks, they don't move that much, these front shocks, pushing down. I've tried adjusting them a bit with the preload, but you don't get much play in them when you're riding on the road and hitting bumps and stuff. Here's a look at the display at night. It's very, very visible. I mean, it's hard not to see that thing. And then the light is down here. It's not a very big spotlight. You can kind of see it in the woods there. It's got a pretty small beam, but I do like the placement of it on top of the handlebars there, so it's pretty nice. Alright guys, we're on this Troxus. A little road test today, do the PS levels, check out the speed, do a hill test. It's chilly, 42 degrees, so I'm pumped. I'm layered up, let's go. Put this in PS1. 750 watt here. We are doing 10 miles an hour basically, or 9. PS1. Pump it up to 2. We got, looks like 13. Yep. Almost 14. PS3. It's got a nice level power delivery into the different PS levels. We're at 18.5, 19 there. Here's PS4. It's not very torquey, but it is powerful. We're at, let's see, we're still PS4. Now we're doing 20 miles an hour. PS5, here we go. 24. 25. 36, 37, 29, 30. Just hit 30 with pedaling. Oh. Throttle only goes to 20, as you can see here, but yeah, I mean, you can get 29, 30 miles an hour with pedaling on this bike. It's pretty impressive for a brand that, you know, most people haven't really heard of Troxus, but this is a very good e-bike, guys. They did a nice job specking this out and designing it. So let's go do a hill test and we'll check it out there. Very stable with no hands. It's rock solid, guys. Rock solid. Alright guys, time for the hill test. We'll do throttle only on this first part. Kind of levels off a bit and then it gets a steeper hill on the second part, and we're going to pedal on that one and see how we do. So 750 watt, I'm expecting no less than 10 miles an hour as the lowest speed going up that second part. Right now we're doing throttle only. We're doing 10 miles an hour, gaining speed. You can kind of hear that motor coming on. Motor's not quiet, it's not hugely loud. And the tires are what they are. You know, any kind of fat tire is going to give you more road noise while you're riding. Alright, we're at 14 miles an hour. Very steady climb here. No spurts of power, just very steady as you go up the hill. We're doing 15.4. Start pedaling now. And then gear 4, PES5. And let's see how she climbs this steep part of the hill. And third gear. So we're doing 12.1, 11.9, 11.8, 11.6, 11.4, 11.1, 11, 10.9, 10.8, and that was it, 10.8 miles an hour. That was the lowest up the hill. So my Voltor was actually better than this, if you remember that video. I think it was 11.5 miles an hour. But yeah, still a good climb here for this Troxus Explorer step-thru. Let's go do a downhill run and check out the brakes. All right, here we go. Just coasting. Here we go. 22, 23, 27. There's 30 miles an hour. Very stable down here. Just coasting at these fast speeds. Okay, there's 31, 2. Here's the brakes, coming to brakes. Wow. Okay, the back tire slowed a little bit coming down the hill there, but nice job. 32 miles an hour on a downhill run with the Troxus. So let's go hit a spot and we'll wrap things up, and I'll get you my likes and dislikes, so stay tuned for that. guys, there it is, Troxus Explorer step-thru. You can also get the step-over version as well on the Troxus website. I am an affiliate now, so again, use the code CHRISCROSSED at checkout, get 15% off this $2,200 e-bike, and save a bunch of money as well. So this is a bike I would buy, guys. I would definitely recommend this bike, having ridden it now for about 40 miles. It's kind of like a step-thru Kepler almost, if you see my Kepler videos. Not quite as fast. The throttle only goes up to 20, but you can get to 30 miles an hour with pedaling on this bike fairly easily. I mean, you gotta work at it, but you can get there. It's got the big beefy tires on there. It's got a nice kind of compact design too, for being a step-thru. I like that aspect of it. It's pretty rugged looking. I think it's pretty manly looking as well. Probably better for taller riders, but I think you could, you know, someone who's 5'6" could ride this bike pretty easily as well. Just be aware it is kind of a heavy bike, and you know, it's going to take some effort to move around. So all right, let's talk about my dislikes for the bike. So no adjustable headset. I probably would swap that out if I was going to make this a daily driver, just to get those bars a little bit higher. They do have the nice kind of U shape. It looks like maybe a 2-inch rise on there, so it's pretty good so far. The ergonomics are pretty good out of the box. But me being tall, I definitely would want to get them a little bit closer to me. Just another inch or so like that. And adjustable handlebar would do that. No percentage or voltage on the battery on the display. You know, for $2,300, I figured I'd like to get more information out of these things. It's a nice display overall, great readability, but just not enough information for my taste. I'd like to see more data on there from a user standpoint. What else? Small headlight up front. You know, it's not going to. You definitely need some other lights if you're going to commute with this at night. The front shocks, again, they're very stiff, and you don't get much bounce in them at all on the road. I'm not sure why that is, but I tried to preload, couldn't get to do much around that. So let's go for my likes. So overall power of this bike is just awesome. Again, my second fastest e-bike right now in the shop. Good quality parts. I love that Acer derailleur there. I love the heavy duty chain down there. It's a KMC chain. I love the Tektro hydraulic brakes. The big ass battery there. The overall package, fit and finish is just great, guys. I can't say enough about this bike. It's definitely something that I would buy if I was in the market for a step-thru. And speaking of the step-thru, this bike is really easy to get on and off. I mean, boom, I'm on, just like that. Get your leg over easy. So if you have any kind of knee problems, you know, this is an excellent bike to mount, easy to mount, and shouldn't have any problems there. Great brakes, of course. I love the little brake lights on the frame down here. Let me turn the lights on. You can see that there. That's just pretty cool. Instead of on the back. So I do like that. If I press the brake, you can see it just kind of blinks, I guess. But just an overall really good quality e-bike. So check it out on the Troxus website. I'll put a link in the description. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button, and we'll see you next time on Crisscrossed. I'm out.